finally see it. I really think this is going to be the change I've been needing.
All right, we're recording. So we got Ryan here with us, and we were asked to watch this movie. It's Silhouette.
So what we're going to do is we're going to periodically during the movie stop it and say how we're feeling at the time.
Yeah. Give like mini reviews throughout the movie, because sometimes the end of the film could fix the film or ruin the film.
Yeah.
So it's fun to explore how you feel throughout the film. So we're gonna stop it periodically.
First, before we watch the movie, what do you guys think is going to happen in the movie? We have no idea.
Let's see some like little hypothesis of what's going to happen. Okay, so Gerald.
Okay, so it says, after the death of their young daughter, a couple seeks seclusion to begin their lives anew, but the sins of their past come back to haunt them. I of course, I think the daughter's going to haunt them. You know, that kind of says it right there. I think they're going to assume that the one person is going insane because they're seeing a ghost and the other people aren't.
You think it's going to be like The Messengers, where it's like the ghosts are warning you, hey, or Crimson Peak, the ghosts are warning you, hey, the husband is cheating and he's bad. Or he murdered me, or what is it? What is that low budget horror movie where they ended up killing each other? That and they're in purgatory and they're reliving and they're being hunted by these psychopaths that aren't actually psychopaths. No, they're dead.
I think honestly, with how it's said, I think she's just going to. I think she's going to have like the haunt. I think the guy is going to not have it going on.
What about it?
And it's going to be like a conflicting.
The Others or Soul Survivor, where actually the only one who's not dead is the girl, the little girl.
Did you actually? No.
Hey, I'm just saying.
No. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen in this film?
I mean, pretty much what Gerald said. I haven't seen it, so his guess is as good as mine.
So you think the daughter is gonna haunt them, and do you think she's malicious, or do you think it's like the twist is she's warning?
I mean, let's be honest, and all of the movies, aren't they mostly malicious? At least the ones I've seen.
Messengers were like, hey, the guy who's in the house is bad. The Kristen Stewart movie that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, with the way it seems, actually, I'm just seeing the picture. With the way it seems, I think what's going to happen is it's kind of going to be like she goes nuts. I just think she's going to be going nuts.
Amanda.
Yeah.
.14 and 44 seconds in.
First off, there's quite a bit of good shots. In like the very beginning, the first downward shot was very effective, very good.
But then like the second, not the turning of her, but the next shot of seeing the daughter was absolutely terrible. You didn't even try.
It wasn't that great. But
you get one good shot and then another, then equally.
And then the one at the car where they pan around the whole neighborhood.
That was artsy. I
mean, it was artistic, but at the same time, I feel like if there was a lot more going on around, like what should have happened there is you should have seen like no boxes in the back, and then you see him do this, and then pan around, and then you see like a whole bunch of boxes in the back, like look, a progression of time,
or like she's coming out of the house, and then as we pan around, oh look, now she's just by the car door.
Well,
not
and you
doing
see
anything.
he's been
And you-
doing
You
everything.
go around a couple times, and you continue.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be
if
interesting.
you would have done that,
Yeah.
then it was more of like a progression of time.
Right.
And it would have been like, oh, look, cool, she's been there for a while. So that would have, I think, held a little bit more substance with
few
that.
things I don't inconsistencies, like she's like, they were like, oh, do you think it was part of God's plan that your daughter died? And she's like, no, it was part of my plan. And she didn't seem very hurt by this moment. And then later, like 2 minutes later, she's haunted by the daughter dying.
But keep in mind that's fine because that gives you a question about that. I feel like that's the only intrigue you're supposed to have for the movie.
Right.
Because if you look at Alfred Hitchcock did it the best. He said it the best. He said you have 5 people at a table, and then 5 minutes in, boom, a bomb explodes. That's shock.
You have excitement for that one moment.
But if you already know there's a bomb underneath the table and you have 5 people sitting there and in 5 minutes it's going to go off, now you have suspense the entire time.
Right.
In the very opening, you have the shot of the girl with the blood. Then you have another girl who is looking through her house for unknown reason.
Now,
And there's no suspense there.
let me
because you don't
answer-
know. You don't feel.
So let me answer the movie. I made a comment saying, oh, I see that there's no color in the entire movie, but there's red. There's color in the very beginning, where she's bloody. There's color because now she's happy. She has finished the whole. She's at a part in her life that she is. She sees color now, vibrant. Okay.
Right, yeah.
That means she has become the killer. She has killed everybody else, and that the lady in the very beginning going to her house, the mom is the killer, killing her because she's killed off everybody who has cheated on her or has hurt her. That's it. That's the answer to the movie.
That's
Now,
very
if I'm
that's
wrong,
very
if I'm
prevalent.
wrong, if I am wrong because of how you presented everything, if I'm wrong, I'll stop giving reviews.
Oh no! I'm
Because
just gonna say no. That's very obvious right now
Right.
that she is the killer, right there. With I mean, she was covered in blood and she was happy.
But I mean, she could be that if you didn't do the other thing, okay, it could have meant that she's covered in blood because of problems that happened and everything. If the daughter was bloody as well.
Now I did like how
Then it would
I did like
seem
the opening title card and
Yeah,
stuff.
the-
How that was worked
was
into it.
implemented with
Yeah,
that was good.
that was fun.
So, do you like the characters? I think the husband needs more charisma. He's too down on the dumps. Okay, if he had more charisma and not forced charisma, like, hey guys, you ready to go? That was forced charisma.
Well,
if he had natural charisma, I'd care more for him in the situation.
No. Honestly, what I would like to have seen so far from him, from his character, is she's so distraught still. I want if when he's doing the he'll do that, but then at the same time to see the I'm failing as a person. Right. If you shown like some close-ups of him and delving into his kind of I feel like I'm failing as a husband, as a supporter, as someone to try to help support her in her distress.
Right. And the problem you have is when you start a movie with everybody unhappy, you don't like them.
You do have a disconnect.
Right.
I am very disconnected with the people.
You have to try harder. You have to, and the audience is searching for somebody to like, and like little things to like from that person. So have the guy stub his toe, trying to put in boxes. Okay, you give me that moment of likability. Okay, give me something of likability. Okay, because I can't. Normal audiences can't connect
well,
with somebody who is distraught.
Well, to be
all
honest,
the time.
the husband is trying to reach out and trying to pull life back into her, but
Right.
at the same time, it's also trying to pull life into the movie,
Right.
and that it makes it slow. Slow is fine. I like a lot of slow movies. And so this could end up being really good, really fine. We're only 14 minutes in.
But the problem is, 14 minutes in, I don't like anybody.
Right,
That's
that's the thing.
my saying. I mean, it could fix, but right now, I don't like anybody.
Ryan?
You go.
I mean, I agree with Michael. I don't really feel attached to any of the characters.
This all belonged to someone else. None of this is ours.
Sweetie, this is what I was talking about. A fresh start. A new life. I mean, a second chance. This is it. It's all right here, right in front of us. I'm gonna be happy here, okay?
We are 31, 32.
31, 32. So we had, the bloody kiss, lip bite.
Then he
scene.
jerks off in the mirror.
Of course, he had.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
like
every artsy movie has a jerk off scene. Okay. You just get used to it. By this point,
I mean, that's the
you
first
just-
one I've seen in a movie.
You just get used to it.
You haven't watched any home movies
Yeah.
then.
And then, but you see that she has violent tendencies because of that. So basically, there's no subtlety in she becomes violent.
Well, and then after that, she goes outside.
Oh yeah, and you see the face on the wall.
Well, here's the thing.
And then you see, oh look, she goes outside and.
Well, the problem with that scene, that sequence, is if you see something supernatural happen to her, and I honestly feel like it was just too long of a walk, so they just sped it up, and then added a cool little noise. But if she has some kind of strange, paranormal something happening with her, when she goes out there and she's all worried, you don't feel worried at the same time. It's almost like when you watch Donnie Darko and he's walking and he's just like, and he meets Frank for the first time.
Right, that was creepy.
But you don't feel worried for him.
No.
You just feel, oh, creepy scene.
Right.
And here they tried to make you worried for her and give a jump scare,
and
it didn't.
do a jump scare at the end that was.
And I'm pretty sure that's the daughter that was all they're supposed to be kind of mangled.
It looked like the face of the lady who died in the very beginning, which.
But at the same time, she
which
kind of looks.
was killed by the mother because you could see how she has violent tendencies. Because
But then again, all white people look alike.
Dawn,
because honestly, she
True.
looks like the daughter as well.
and then she meets Dawn, who we don't have any establishing shots, so we can't even see that she's carrying a basket.
Yeah, I didn't
Give
know.
us a wide at least.
I didn't know she was carrying a
Medium.
basket. It did get weird because at first I thought, okay, since somebody new is coming in, we brightened the
Yeah.
colors back. But then it dulled the colors, and then brightened the colors back, and then
seems
dulled
like
the
there
colors.
was an
It
editing
was-
mistake
it was-
in the color aspect.
It was
right there.
good. And then the girl or the lady who answered the door, Amanda, was just she had no like flair. She was just like fucking.
Well, I think it should have been more subtle. I don't think it should have.
At least the other person at the door was more lively.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think the conversation should have ended at her just the wife just staring at her and going, okay, bye. I'm looking forward to having you for dinner. Okay.
Yeah, I would've-
That's it. It should have just ended there, not you're his type, you're this and that. It
Yeah,
should have been more
that
subtle.
went
was-
way too like you're giving away too much.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
there's no subtlety
You
whatsoever.
You think I'm stupid? you think I'm stupid not to see all this stuff? I've already answered a lot of this stuff. Don't give me that.
Yeah, I feel that was very unsubtle with that. I mean,
Yeah.
even if I look forward to having you for dinner, just have that right after they're staring and there's like that awkward stare. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be leaving now, and they're, I'm looking forward to having you for dinner. That would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
And them already having the same kind of hair as the girl in the very beginning,
Right.
and making all white people look alike, but that would have been fine. That would have
Yeah.
worked.
And then the whole not so subtle. Ooh, I didn't fill up this cup of coffee, did I?
Yeah, and it zooms into it.
Then it's like it's supposed to be like, hey, what else is not real that I'm watching happen?
I realize that's what they were getting at, but at the same time, we've already established that she's kind of going nuts.
Right.
So it didn't shock you. It didn't really like
Right. If you-
add anything. I feel.
If you don't add the little jump cuts, weird things happening, and you then have that moment, then slowly progress. Have those moments of oddness.
Well, if she wasn't-
and then progress into the worst.
If she wasn't going through any oddities, and it seemed like a normal kind of day, a normal kind of stuff, and then she's like a normal person, and it's like, oh, huh? Now it's like, now you start to question, oh wait,
yeah,
what has been going on? If you didn't already point every finger at her as going insane.
A really good example is Amityville Horror 2004. Okay, he didn't straight up, as soon as he got into the house, start seeing shit and having all the weird and having red eyes. You progress to that, okay, and being violent toward everything. You could see the progression of that. He didn't want to be angry. He was sick. He coughing, and then he started becoming violent. This goes straight into let's jump to the ending, and then let's jump back to the progression. It's like you either choose one path or you jump to that ending.
And there
you don't flip flop.
There was a filing cabinet in the bedroom.
Who has a metal filing cabinet? Okay.
Anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
that's weird.
Who does that
That's
unless
just
you had
so-
a business that went under?
And then you got the bed scene that was way too long.
No, I'll tell you-
What
I'll
they
tell
were
you-
trying to do is they were progressing to the sex scene, which ended with I bite your lip, and I'm
Yeah, doing the
I
hair.
claw. This is me turning nuts. Okay, this is my violent tendency. I claw my hands like children do. Arr.
Yeah, Jim Carrey and Liar Liar, the claw.
Yeah. Now, there could have been
That would be a weird movie. Some guy running around and run away from my hand. He's a murderer
or the crawling spleen. That was something.
with a thumb.
Yeah.
But no, and then when she wakes up, you have a door that's kind of slightly open with a light,
It should have.
and
That was.
and then her wake up.
Wait, yeah, the jump scare. It should have been her wake up real quick, and then while she's going, and looking, then have the cut to the door easing open, and then it comes back to her. They did the opposite. They did the whole. Well, now we cut to the door going, and then we cut to her going. You don't do that.
Well, you miss.
You
The
miss
reason.
that breathing moment. You gotta go. If we jumped, which I didn't, and I jump very easily on jump scares. If we jumped, we needed that audience jump, symbolizing the character jump.
Well,
okay?
I feel
you lost that.
I feel so far.
You lost us having that connection with the girl.
Well, so far, I feel like as an audience member, I'm trying to find someone to latch onto and say, hey, this is the grounded character that
And
we're
you know
trying to
who
do
it
that.
should have been? Should have been Dawn. Dawn, who showed up, that should have been the person who looks at this family and go, there's something off, right? It wasn't there. Because all you did was give us this close-up and she's too bubbly. You should have gave her a less bubbly and more of bubbly at first and then little restrained and then bubbly back again.
Well, see, the weird thing is also the husband acted out of character so far when he was like, oh, look, she brought this. Oh, she brought wine. So,
And cheese!
oh,
Am I
man.
supposed to laugh at that?
the thing is, at that moment, his character has never really been like that.
lively at all.
So it almost seemed too dramatic. It's like,
Now-
am I supposed to be laughing
Well, no,
here?
you're forcing that he gets flustered and he changes character when he sees a pretty girl. You're forcing that, and that's what you're doing. Is you're not subtle at all, and I subtlety works so much better.
Like
than
if he
forcing.
would have by seeing her, instead of going if he would have been like, hey, been a little
Yeah,
bit more suave.
Definitely.
Instead of like what like taken back, he's been doing this a lot, and she kills anybody who he's been sleeping with. So you would be more like, hey.
I like how we just understand. Hey, she kills the bad people that who affect her life.
We just
yeah,
I mean,
we already accepted it.
it's not
That's
subtle.
So Ryan, thoughts and opinion.
Yeah, I still feel the same. I don't really like any of the characters.
Right, and
That's just me personally.
The person we should like right now in this world, the person we should go, oh my god, I like that person, is Dawn, who showed up. It should have been the neighbor.
Or
Because
should it have been the husband?
No, it should have been the neighbor.
Well-
You know why? Because then we fear for her life.
Okay, yeah, then that makes sense because
yeah, if it was
yeah.
anybody, it would be the neighbor because
Right.
at least she had some volume. She had the flair. She was
Right. She's the innocence.
well,
in
yeah,
this.
because the husband
everybody else.
apparently he's been cheating on her a lot, and
Right.
she just goes and kills him. So she won't let him go.
everybody
so-
else just seems
yeah.
like they're depressed and they're
Right.
not
So
sleeping.
it should have been the neighbor, and that's what that they're not going for that.
Yeah,
they're
you're
going
right.
for it. You should care for the mother,
But you really don't care.
or the wife. All right, that's it.
I believe you. I saw her.
You saw who?
I saw Sarah.
Sarah?
Daily success. Let's knock it all down and get rid of it fast.
All right, so we are 59 minutes on the nose in the.
Oh yeah, it's actually
Um,
impressive.
Thoughts and opinions.
So her stabbing her belly and having that dream, which I wish it was real instead of
yeah,
Okay,
a dream.
I think
that's-
we all wish that was
Yeah.
We all were like, "Oh, come on!"
You know what would have been powerful? Would have been powerful because now in the movie, now it is hey, look, it was all a dream, and then hey, I'm pregnant. I didn't want it with you.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, you think I'm crazy? Stop that. But you know what would have been powerful? She actually stabbed herself. He had to take her to the hospital. Took her to the hospital. Found out there that
Through
they-
actions more than words.
Yeah, found out there
that she was pregnant.
no longer pregnant.
And then he realizes-
he hates her for that.
Yeah.
He goes to the bar and he then meets this other girl and stuff. That's
Oh, that would have been kind of
Yeah.
powerful.
that's called powerful.
That would have been powerful right there. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
now we got.
I mean, there's a lot of things better than
look,
a,
I'm psycho.
For example, like look at the movie Hereditary.
Yeah. If the
If the
the
boy
daughter-
if the boy would have told his mom, by the way, the daughter's and they're dead, you're like, oh, that's not as powerful. But if when he just walked in there and then you just
he didn't say a
he didn't say a word and then
And
she's
the
just fucking
family had to find out by just
and they're freaking
going
out. That's you were icy cold. You're like, oh,
yeah,
that's
no.
fucking cool.
Chills down your spine.
You're like,
and everything.
shit, that would suck.
Let him find out, not told.
Yeah,
Okay?
to actually come out and say something almost belittles that moment. Belittles
But-
something there.
I mean, that's the problem with the entire movie is they're coming out and telling you everything.
Yeah, they say things a lot.
Show it.
Give
Don't
us
say
some time to sizzle on it.
Right. Yeah, but they constantly go, "Hey, look, this happened."
You know what it almost feels like?
She
It almost
looked
feels.
at, I mean, she looked at the pillow, smelt it. It's like that's obviously the pillow that you used to smother your daughter.
And you know what would have been really cool? You know what would have been really cool is if the father knew that she is a murderer, that she kills people. And she knows that he knows this. And so she's angry at him for leaving me alone with the daughter because you knew what
Yeah,
I was going to
well,
do.
I mean,
and
they
you're
want
like,
the
that,
twist to be something.
I know, but that would have
But
been really
you know what
cool.
would have been interesting?
Of a twist.
What if he didn't want to say where he was because he's insulted by it? He's very ashamed of it, but it's not cheating. What if it's like something stupid like I drag queen, I do something, just something he's ashamed of.
Ashamed to let her know of, yeah.
Right, and he doesn't want her to know, but
Like going to AA meetings or AA meetings or
AA
something.
meetings or something like that. He has an addiction that he doesn't want her to know about, and it's not cheating, but so he is, there's that he's a good guy.
Yeah, because
and she's
that
causing
makes
him to be a bad guy.
it makes it more disturbing for people because like, hey, look, he's been constantly trying to be a good person,
Right.
and then it's dwindled down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you're chastised for doing something positive with your life,
Right.
Instead of, hey, you're a bad guy. Okay, bad things are gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, no,
And-
I get what you're saying.
So you don't have any. The problem I have is there's no layers. There's a straightforward one layer. There's no layers to other characters, to their hidden sides. It's like, give us something to hold on to make us go, oh, that person is dealing with more than just grief. That person is dealing with this, and this, and they're conflicted with so many different things. We don't have those layers. And that's my problem, is I want the conflicting layers.
Now,
attached to
I
all
do
this.
say another artistic thing that doesn't work for me is when you have 60 minutes of non-stop close-ups. You really get lost in... Now, I like close-ups. I really like close-ups, especially in the dramatic sequences. But when you don't know where you're at, what's going on... when all you see is like this fisheye of staring at somebody's face the entire time, you
Yeah,
lose
like when they were
everything.
sitting down and it goes, Amanda.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay. Yeah. That's how to fix a scene. Okay. The scene where they're talking at the table. Okay. When she is unresponsive and he's trying to get her to talk, you have a wide on the shot and you slowly push in and he's trying to talk. She's not saying anything. He's trying to talk, and then he hits the table, and then boom, we snap into close-ups. That's how you do it, okay? Because then the camera is feeling what he's feeling. We're in the moment.
Yeah, but
We're
in
never
the movie,
in the
it's-
moment.
In the
We're
movie,
just-
it's like this.
Yeah, but
Amanda.
we're never in the moment. We're always away from everything, disjointed. Make us in the moment. So, yeah.
Oh, so, yeah, I really, I like.
He's gonna fuck.
I like
Dawn.
the scene where she stabbed herself 3 times, and then it turned out, not to be real, and it's
Right,
like, oh,
and
that's really shitty.
It's insulting.
Because
to us.
I don't really know any movies right off the top that have done something like that. Like, they give you a good scene, and then they're like, oh, by the way, that wasn't real.
Halloween 2, Rob Zombie.
Oh
First
yeah,
20
no, that
minutes of the
happens.
movie was all
That
fake.
happens a lot.
It was all a dream sequence.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it when
the Rob Zombie remakes you like.
no, but see,
I
you know, the thing that bothers me is I hate it in movies where there's a really dramatic scene and you're like, man, that's cool, that's
Right.
good, and then you're like, oh, it's a dream, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Let us deal with that moment.
I want to see movies when they show a really effed up moment and you're like, oh my god, let that be real. Let's deal with that.
let's
That's the
explore-
reality I want to explore.
Right. Let's explore this. And
Yeah.
we don't get it.
Explore
So-
that in a big
because
way.
it would add more layers. Now, see, they had a moment where they could add more layers to just grief, right? But now you took that away. so you don't add any more layers. Because, by the way, I want to hide what we solved in the first 14 minutes of the movie.
Right now, it seems like the ghost is trying to... when she's saying, I don't want a baby with you... See, it doesn't make any sense, because if she killed her daughter... and he was saying, oh, well, the daughter was sick, yada, yada, yada. We haven't established how her daughter died. We assume that she killed her. That she smothered her with the pillow. But if she killed her daughter, and now she's saying that she has these regrets, and she doesn't want another baby with him and stuff, is she saying that out of literally she doesn't like him because he's cheating on her all the time? Or... and then she wants to, like, break up? Or is she saying that because she doesn't want another baby in general?
I don't know. I guarantee we're not going to explore that.
Right.
But one thing I should say, you know what the twist of the movie should be? The father doesn't exist. There is no father. The entire time.
That would be like one of those things where you go, what? And then go back through and you're like, no way!
Right. The father never existed. It would
make a lot of...
It was all in her head.
That would make a lot of scenes, like the very first time she met Dawn, be really awkward.
Right.
That would be really awkward.
Right. And so you're like, whoa, that's interesting. And then it's not that.
That would be cool if it even goes back to here and then it's her at the bar and stuff. Right. You're like, that's dark.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting, but it's not that.
He's dead.
You don't think I knew that?
Is it
Yep.
All right. It's now hour 35:13.
1:35.
You guys go first.
Okay, so the big reveal that she killed, that she was the monster that killed whatever, wasn't startling.
It wasn't a reveal though.
It wasn't really a reveal.
It wasn't. It was still trying to go. She goes, "Who are you?" And then you find out that that's the girl who was the having an affair.
It was almost like they were trying to do high tension.
But they're saying, "Hey, look, I'm this girl, and I died. But who killed you?" Oh, from the way it's shot and it's presented is, you know what killed me? The ghost of me. From the closet. It's like, come on.
It was just trying to say that that's her demon, inner demon, or something.
But if we actually had a wide ever, okay,
yeah, there was.
We could establish like I had no idea that the monster's hands were right next to the girl. I had no idea. In relation of where the father was to the husband was to Dawn.
Just like you didn't know the Dawn had the basket. You didn't know.
Well, I guess
idea.
I will say all of the absolute close-ups through the whole entire movie so far, it is really it is a creatively, I mean, that's a creative choice, but it does eventually really get to you.
Yeah,
you do feel claustrophobic. You feel
because I don't know the layout of the house. And
anybody's house.
I guarantee. Okay, The Conjuring, not Paranormal Activity, even Paranormal Activity. I knew the layout of the house. Poltergeist. I knew the layout of the house.
Well, see,
I can get afraid.
Well, see now, there's a scene in there where she is supposed to be getting taken over, and you kind of wonder a while. Here's my problem. That before I jump into too much of that, I don't care about any character right now
No.
We knew that the
Yeah.
wife was a murderer. We knew that she killed people.
People with
So-
violent tendencies, you don't have really that much caring for.
You don't care for the husband, and you don't care for even Dawn. There's nobody here that you're latched onto that you really care about. So when you have these emotional moments with these characters, you're not feeling drawn in. You're not feeling emotionally
Right.
viable with
What-
them
what-
in
what-
any way.
What really stuck with me is, like, you take when they were confessing, hey, if you want to be with me, we had that very long scene on the couch. Okay. For me, I was like, okay, how you do it right is, like, say Signs. Okay, Signs is it has flaws, but Signs, when, oh look, we have the aliens coming, and they're coming, they're outside, they're going, but guess what? Hey, I remember when they were reflecting on each other, okay, and what made something beautiful on themselves, and it was so powerful, okay. That was good timing, even though you're like, there's some they're breaking in. You hear
Now, hold on.
this has nothing.
One thing-
You don't
one-
know direction.
You know, one thing that I think also is to the movie's detriment. When the movie began, the idea behind the movie is, oh, who killed that one lady? Oh, who did this? Oh, who did that? And so you have this mysterious intrigue. You're like, there's a mystery here. I want to know, why is this going on? And so that's what keeps you glued to your seat. And then, oh, there's a ghost. That's supposed to keep you glued to your seat. But because you already know the answer, you're kind of like, I know the reveal, so I'm kind of tuned out.
Yeah, and it's not
There's nothing that's gluing you to the seat to watch this other than
Right.
saying,
And-
oh, here's a family drama that
You know what would hit, so if you focused less on the, hey look, the reveal is going to be so you have no idea this reveal is coming, okay? To help hide that, show more of your monster. Have more situations with your monster, your ghost, to hide to keep you intrigued and not guessing.
Better. I think better angles with the monster. Like none of that.
yeah,
close-up
yeah.
It almost seemed like,
Like-
hey, we have one day of creating the monster, and that's it, and we're gonna shoot it all in
Well,
that one day.
You know, the thing that also would help is if you left it a little bit more vague on certain aspects throughout the movie of her going nuts
The
and
psychosis. Yeah.
make her psychosis a little bit more vague, and yet have her, she's going through this stuff, but maybe not as brooding.
But have everybody have inner turmoil other
Yeah.
than just one character.
You kind of did that during the bar sequence, but it really didn't feel like he was using that as a actually saying inner turmoil. It felt like this was the way he gets women.
I guess this is just me, but people, if you claim somebody is highly religious, you instantly don't have my caring for that character. Okay? If
Well, you
say-
didn't. First of all, you didn't see any kind of religious practices.
No.
No.
But
If you say highly religious, and you don't see any kind of religious practice
and
whatsoever
Like they take 2 minutes to
But-
pray
but the
or.
pro-
before they
problem is-
eat,
the problem
let's
is,
pray.
Like, everything is just happenstance. They have a record player. Okay, that record player was there from that other lady. Why don't you establish why don't you see the record player in the corner of the shot? So then, when it's skipping later, it's not just seems like it's thrown in.
Yes, yes.
Stuff like that.
it's-
If you're going to mess with it, if it's
they
going to come
had-
into play, yeah.
You know, if they could, maybe not have a close up, maybe you would see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This-
But
and
I mean, the
it's-
close ups are there.
You have to be told everything. You can't, and that's the problem with the movie is they tell you everything. By the way, we're really religious. Oh, why don't you just show us that they wear a rosary They have crosses on the wall.
No, they
Yeah.
have crosses all
Yeah.
over the one wall.
Why do you have
Yeah.
to state that we're very religious?
You got one on the door, then you got 4 on the wall.
Yeah.
Wow, you're so religious.
But
like,
that shouldn't come in the conversation. We should just understand that.
yeah, you should
Okay.
just be able to
Don't-
see it and pretty
yeah,
much just.
don't-
Well, you mean
Tell us that.
also if they would have just said that, like if she's breaking down and stuff like that, and he looks at her and he says something out of the Bible, or he says
Yeah,
something like Jesus went through this as well, blah, blah. Like that would explain.
Yeah.
More of the
say a
religion-
verse of,
you
like,
don't have to say
Psalms,
that.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Say a Bible verse that like say something, right? Don't come out and tell us we're very religious. That's like saying, hey, I'm a very happy person. I've never seen you smile.
Oh, that's like no. That's like saying, by the way, I'm a man, and you're like, well, I could tell by your physical. I could tell by how you present yourself. You are a male.
Yeah.
But to come out and say it, it's like just you can
You're
see.
treating me like I'm stupid.
Right. Yeah.
And in just doing that, you it's unappreciated.
I think, but I think the detriment to the movie is really the fact that you lose interest because there's nothing drawing you to your seat to finish the movie, because at the within the first 30 minutes there should be something that establishes what the whole idea of the end game is going to be.
Because like for example, Secret Window, okay? At an hour and 30 minutes in the movie, I guarantee by that point it's probably only a 90-minute movie. So at the hour mark, with 15 to 20 minutes left of the film, okay, he's psycho, and he's going to murder somebody, and so at that point you're like, oh shit, these people that we saw earlier are going to get murdered.
Well, no, but every movie,
But
every big movie has something in there where at the very beginning, within the first 30 minutes, there is some kind of something to fuel your intrigue, something to say, hey, if you left right now, you would never know this.
right.
But this doesn't have that.
But well, I mean, it kind of does, but still, we don't know what this is building to. If we were left in the dark,
I mean, it's
okay,
still got another
if we
25 minutes.
Yeah, if we had no idea that we didn't answer the film, okay, we wouldn't know what this is building to. We would just know that he's coming home, and she is home. We don't know that the ghost is getting more violent, that the ghost is getting into her head. We don't know nothing.
But the
else.
ghost has already been in her head.
But the thing is, we don't think anything else. It's
Right.
not saying that there's other things that might be in play, because you could have look, she's psycho, she's gonna kill everybody. You could have that, but also be teasing with, oh look, the ghost is getting more powerful, more this, more that, and then makes the people who haven't solved your movie yet think that there's something else growing. You don't have that. So there's no tension.
Right.
There's no build-up. You have to toy with... yes, you have a twist. Okay? But you have to tease that twist. Even the village, which is completely bashed. Okay? The twist was revealed, but still there was tension because now you have a psycho in the robes that's going to be murdering somebody. Okay?
It was a special person,
Well, I mean,
handicapped person, but still.
He was a psychotic handicapped person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. There was still.
What
you
about that
still
movie,
Knew that something was coming.
what about that movie? What was it? The Lumberjack Man, where it's the killer lumberjack. I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Why do you have to go to some of the shittiest movies?
Let's go to an obscure movie that only 5 people in the world have seen. All right, let's continue. So we just finished Silhouette.
Yeah. You guys go first.
I think I think it was quite anticlimactic. It built to literally nothing. If she was a murderer all this time, why didn't she just kill her husband? He cheats on her. She didn't. See, it doesn't make sense because if she was going to ultimately kill him, right? And that was the end of the story. And we find out that she killed the daughter, which we thought the whole entire time. The thing is, if that was the ultimate goal, kill the husband, why didn't she kill him in the very beginning?
Yeah, why'd you
Like,
wait till
Well,
15 minutes to the movie was
It would
over?
only make sense if she kept trying to keep the two together, but she was pushing away the whole time.
Or if like, first off, they had all new things when they went to the new location. Okay, she is the same record player playing in the flashback of killing the daughter in a different house. But if you're saying, hey, look, the ghost the ghost makes you a killer, okay? Well, she already killed her daughter, so the ghost didn't make her a killer. So the ghost is a part of her psyche that she's a killer. Okay?
Right.
So what you're saying is there at the end there they are one, which we called from the get-go. First 14 minutes of the movie, that's the big reveal. So we're supposed to be like shocked at that point, and that was a big part. Then if that happened, what you should have done was kill the father, you kill the husband, then you kill Dawn. You go after Dawn to fix everything, because guess what? There's still a loose end of the movie.
And
like I called it, I told you it'd be kind of a cliffhanger. You know, the door
Right.
just swings open and she looks back and that's it.
But see, the biggest problem is the movie was not technically a horror movie from the get-go. I mean,
No,
it was a suspense movie.
It didn't have the horror.
It was a
feel.
drama suspense. Let's say drama suspense. The problem is when you have that and you have this idea behind it, and it's like, oh, okay, so she's a killer who let's look at it from the point of view that we didn't know that she was a killer. Real quick.
Okay.
We didn't know she was a killer. Oh, who's doing this? Oh, it must be a ghost. Oh, someone else murdered this person, put them there. Oh no. And then at the end we see, oh, now she's going to kill the husband. But then we now see that she killed the daughter and she killed everybody else that supposedly died, by her hand, according to this strange timeline that we don't understand. We don't know if the person she killed was her husband cheating on, way before the daughter died or no. We don't know. So we don't know the timeline. We just know that people had died. And she was the culprit who did it. And it was maybe a ghost that possessed her. So we look at that in a whole. It doesn't make sense through her actions of the movie. Don't correlate properly with it. Now you can say, oh, she's just insane. But you can't say that because she had sanity. She had sanity prior to that. So she was a sane person because they were married and they had this sane lifestyle. But then what was the catalyst that caused this? Was it her killing her daughter that caused this downfall? You don't understand any of this. Just the only generalized statement that says this is she was just insane. That's it. But if she was just insane and she was angry at somebody, she would have killed her husband. And she knew her husband was that way from the get-go. So if she was that way, she would have then said, hey, you would have to establish that she was trying really hard to keep them together and he was pulling away.
You could
So
argue,
that way she has that reason why she did not kill him.
You could argue that the reason why she didn't kill him was she was taking her pills. And she
No, you
was
can't.
This is what they were trying to do. She was taking her pills. She flushed all her pills down the drain. That's it. Okay? Now she can deal with and like explore this psychosis, and that's what eventually happened. But was she having pills before? Like did the psychiatrist give her pills? Okay, so maybe she wasn't taking her pills prior to that.
Well, but her pills, from what the movie has told us, her pills showed up after her daughter died.
Right.
So she killed her daughter already being insane.
So she lived, and the daughter was probably 7, 8, maybe
She looked
6.
12 to me, but
Yeah, she's older than 6. I have a 6-year-old.
Yes.
She's older than 6. So, her psychosis was fine before that.
she didn't have any kind of mental problems
So-
up until, because nobody
well-
said anything or established
So
that
what
at all.
was the catalyst of that?
So what was the catalyst of the mental
Him
problems?
cheating, but she didn't know.
And then she said that he was off cheating when the daughter died, right? That's what she said. But
When did the person who was cheating die, and why wasn't there an investigation there?
why didn't she kill the husband?
And why did they go to the same house that the lady used to own?
Like none, the
How
things
could they
don't really
afford-
make sense
And
in a
then
whole.
She would know that house if she was the one who killed that lady.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really makes sense in a whole, with the whole reveal and everything like
and
that.
that's why all that all that stuff was already there.
Yeah, but that same setup in that house was the exact same setup as their house prior to that. So
But also she says all the time, she's like, I know you've been trying. The dialogue doesn't make sense as well. For example, I know you've been trying to make this work, and I've been pushing, and I'm gonna start trying.
All right.
And they had all these tears and everything. But the problem
Yeah,
is, you never watched him trying. The only trying was he said, "Hey, we moved to a new house."
guys, I got the answer. I don't know if this is what they intended, but I have the answer that fixes everything. The ending of the movie, okay? That was us establishing what happened, right? Everything we watched is all a figment of her imagination of how everything came to be. It played out everything that happened, right? But like they never moved. Dawn never happened. Nothing. They played out exactly the entire thing that happened, and she actually killed her daughter, her husband, and the other cheating girl that day. That's it. And we just played out everything that happened until then. She how the movie began, her lying there, she was actually playing out everything in her mind.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Why doesn't that work?
That doesn't work because they moved to a new house.
No, I'm saying they never moved.
No. But
That's it.
what I'm saying is,
Nothing
The-
happened.
the-
She's still
what I'm saying is-
lying at the end of the movie. She's still lying in that grass. So what we saw in the very beginning, her lying in the grass, was the beginning and end. The end.
but it
And
doesn't.
She played out everything.
But it doesn't work.
Exactly like she had it.
It doesn't work as all of that was in her mind, and like we watched a figment of your imagination,
and her just playing out the entire
and
thing.
an entire imaginary thing.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but it all metaphors what happened.
but it doesn't metaphor what happened because of the things that happened within it. Is an entire brooding. I'm sorrowful, because of a death in the family, and we've been broken because of that. So what? Grandmother died or something, and
So okay, you're right. The metaphor for that doesn't work because they weren't missing somebody.
Right. So it would have
prior
it would
to
have
that.
worked if it was more of a happier standpoint,
Right.
and then
But-
all that happened.
But yes, but I think that is just a lot of
to
loopholes.
to
they don't have.
to make this story work, the story, the
trying-
the
I'm
dialogue, the story, and everything doesn't fit well into this puzzle piece at the end of the movie. Of that's the answer.
Well, it's and
Unless you just kind of write it off and say she's just insane.
is it my like me her smashing her head into the wall? Have her have the wall start getting broken in. You see the lack of budget. It's like I have the same lack of budget. I'd find a way to crack that wall. Just
Oh, you
to
could
show
buy
it the
you could buy a
severity.
piece of drywall for $9.
Yeah, it's not like we established the
Paint
rooms.
that for just that one moment. I mean, everything was close-ups and tight. You can just paint that one wall the exact same color. That's in total. It's like $12 worth of prep, and then just bust it.
Right. I just. Yeah, and there's so many loopholes with everything that you solved, like even our theory of how everything was.
Our theories were pretty close.
Oh, our theory.
I think we called it from the 14 minutes.
Yeah, but what's annoying me is they use the same setup as the same house as the other lady.
Well, that
So-
makes sense why you just only have close-ups, because you only have one house.
Right,
Yeah.
but using the same setup in the same house,
why.
in the same everything, and then they're going to the exact same house as the lady died, okay, and then she's so many loopholes there that that's the evil haunting her, and that is her manifestation of that evil.
Now, see,
It's just that doesn't sit well for me with the dialogue presented in the film at the same time.
the thing also that I know what this movie's trying to do. It's not really trying to scare you. It's not trying to thrill you. It's not trying to do anything. It's
Yeah.
trying to haunt you. But the problem is, it's not like the ending of like The Mist. The Mist, that ending haunts you.
Right.
That is a haunting freaking ending.
When they're all in the car and all the
Dad
Yeah,
decides to
everybody.
shoot everybody,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna kill himself, but he can't. So he's like, "Take me, monsters!" And then what happens? Everybody's fine, and you're like, "What?" And he just killed
If
all
he'd
those
only
people, and you're like,
waited 5
"Oh
more
my
minutes."
god, it's
Yeah,
haunting."
That was.
But how does the reason why it is haunting? He didn't understand. The reason why things are haunting is because you put yourself in those shoes. That's what you would have done. That's the smart reason. That's the smart thing. And yet it turns out bad. So in this, if you had this character who was like the everyday woman, and she ended up being this way, and she had to do these things. It was just, this is mentally just what you had to do. And it turned out that all of the bad in her life was her own doing. Now it's haunting.
Right.
But here, it's not haunting at all. You just go, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I have to say the husband being everywhere he went, he was like, I'm sad. I'm girls want to fuck me because I'm sad and depressed all the time.
I've
Sorry.
never seen that work. Never seen that. I've seen it work in animes.
Yeah.
Never seen animes it works.
Yeah, in animes, yeah.
But then that doesn't work in real life. The people look across the room and go, "I'm not talking to him. He's gonna bore me. I want to have a good day."
And what's up with the subtitles?
I believe
I
what
thought that was weird.
I
How they
believe-
just come out of nowhere.
Bad. Wait, do you think that they recorded terrible audio, and it was, or it was just camera audio, right? And they couldn't fix it, so
They just threw in
they muffle, they reverb, some type of reverb onto it and made it to where they subtitled
Well,
it.
first of all,
you could have fixed it.
First of all, I mean, that was an artistic scene saying, hey, let's show the entire thing there, when all of that wasn't really needed. I mean, it didn't establish anything. It would have been cooler if it was, when you have a scene like that and they're looking back, it's almost like the, Scrooge kind of thing.
Yeah, but
Scrooge is looking and it's changing him. It's making him feel something that he did not see.
You know what would have made it haunting?
But they didn't. It wasn't that way.
If the husband went in there and started raping Dawn, right? And then we cut back and you see oh look, the one girl, she's seeing the past and it's exact line for line how the husband got into that house, and it was the husband. And he was like
a rapist.
You saw him.
He was like a serial rapist, and
right.
So when she killed the other people, thinking that it was, now that could be haunting.
Yeah.
Now that's haunting, and then so she kills her husband now because it's a serial rapist.
Right.
And you're like, I was killing everyone else because I thought he was still a good guy and he was falling in love with these people. I didn't realize he was a bad guy, and I was killing the innocent people. Now it's called that's a haunting ending.
And then she murders the husband, realizing that he was a terrible guy.
And she did the same for the daughter.
Right.
Because the husband rapes the daughter. That would have been haunting. That would have haunted people.
Yep.
That is dark.
Yep.
That would have really made people go.
That's what I thought at first when I saw him enter.
Because she's jealous of the daughter. Oh my God,
Right.
that would have been.
At first, when he entered, I thought that's the direction they were going. When he was saying line for line exactly the same thing, I was like, yes, do that. This is haunting.
It's good. It's good.
But no, it wasn't. They had consensual sex. It's
Well,
like, okay.
Overall, this is how we feel about the movie. It's not necessarily a bad movie in any way. It's just, I guess we just have some qualms,
We have
creative qualms, and some.
Basically, it's like, it's mediocre. Okay, it's 5 out of 10. Okay. It's not.
It's a middle of the road kind of film.
But what could have made it up there in the 7s and 8s? Okay.
Yeah.
Haunting, effective, something you don't see very often. Something that this type of storyline you've seen. It's not anything brand new and fresh. Okay, it's nothing that makes me go, oh my God. If you added that rape thing going on,
now it's a fresh new take.
Suddenly, it would have made me have goosebumps. It would have made me go, ooh, oh, that's dark.
And normally we watch a lot of movies and we're like, take rape out of it. I hate movies that have rape. But now we kind of wanted somebody.
Give me something dark.
I wanted somebody to get raped or something to make it.
I always thought, what was it? The Hills Have Eyes. You know, when the two deformed guys go in the trailer, we're like, oh fuck, they're gonna rape her, and the guy's screaming, woo!
It was powerful. It made you want revenge.
Yeah.
And this,
and then
since you took away, you made the stabbing her stomach scene, okay, a dream, okay. You took away something that could be extremely powerful. Give us something else. Give us a darkness. You didn't give us a darkness in it.
Yeah, you really
gave us
didn't have
psychosis. That's not darkness.
Yeah, and that kind of fell to the wayside because the only explanation behind it all is she's just always been insane, and that just kind of, I don't know. You just feel like, because of that.
All right,
But
so that's it. I'd say 5 out of 10. It's not a bad watch.
It's not a bad watch. It's just you're gonna kind of come out of it going, okay.
Okay. I wouldn't say it's something that you're like, oh my God, this is. Oh, I never saw it coming. We guessed it in the first 4.
Yeah, we kind of did.
So, all right. Remember, guys, watch more content. We also have a lot. We have really bad movies. You should check out what we do. All right. Later.